you're in on this, buy into this, continue with the overall bullish trend, and then look to target higher. Okay, 0.78 would be the first target, and then obviously, we'd push up higher towards prior highs, 0.80, and so on. Okay, but this is really what we're looking at now. This is the most immediate trade that we see. Obviously, if you want to wait for an even more conservative entry, you'd be looking for the pretty much exact same setup above 0.78, so a higher low or retest above 0.78, then enter long on. Okay, so those are definitely the best scenarios as of right now that we can see. But what needs to happen for us to start looking at potential shorts on AU, right? First one off the bat would be a lower time frame trade, probably like a 1 hour, 30 minute. If we saw a lower high below 0.768, and then, bearish setups to then enter on, MA cross, just the more confluence, the better. So that would be a nice short opportunity. Pretty tight stop loss, good TP level, target down towards the weekly, and then, reanalyze that point. Is a major level this weekly, 0.76. It's either going to break or bounce. You're looking for the same setups at that level as well. And if you got in here, right, let's say you got in here and then it does something like this. Whoops. It keeps pushing lower. You're looking for at a potential scaling. You're scaling into this position because it's going to be another entry here potentially, right? If it executes this way. So that's the idea on AU right now. Definitely bullish until we see otherwise, but definitely need to see a little bit more before we get closer to an entry here. So, maybe earlier tomorrow, midday tomorrow, we'll see. All right, so that's AU. Let's jump over to AJ. It's gonna be somewhat similar. AU and AJ definitely move in a similar way, very correlated. But let's start on the daily with this pair as well. Overall, very bullish. Clearly, we moved through a key level of resistance, our weekly at 83.25, right here. We pushed through it, came back down, formed a higher low, and then rallied through after a small period of indecision here. Actually, it's about a week, so not really a small period, but after a week of indecision at the weekly, we finally moved through it, pushed higher, formed a new high up here around 85.35. Now we're pulling back, looking to form structure. So this is where ideally we want to see some sort of higher low, nice reversal, and then this is where we're going to see some entry opportunities. So let's go to the 4 hour and see if we can't identify some trade setups. Okay, so here's that 4 hour. Not the cleanest chart in terms of price action, right? It's kind of choppy, a lot of indecision, a lot of random weird levels, lower time frame levels and stuff. But this is still good for a lot of reasons because it's overall very bullish. We've been steadily climbing higher. We've been getting patterns. We had a flag here, another little flag pattern here. It's still forming good structure, even though there's a lot of exhaustion and such. So. But what's good now is that the volume's picking up. So this has been creeping higher slowly, right? You can see that it's just choppy, creeping, and then we're getting an explosion of volume here. So this is good. So it's a good amount of bullish volume, good amount of bearish volume. So if this volume continues, we can get a sharp reversal. Ideally, that would be really nice to see. Nice rejection of this weekly if it drops a little bit lower, or just crosses through these MAs, or even gives you a higher low above the 38.2, all of which would be good entry opportunities. But yeah, so overall bullish, just got to wait on this one as well. It needs to show us something. Either it's gonna, start pushing higher again, start giving us another pattern to enter on or something, again, that higher low like this. Let me get the brush tool for this one. So price action is pulling back now, right? It gapped down to here. That was the open. This is where it's at now. Clearly, this is, a weird looking candle, right? So this could happen. If it pushes up, we see a higher low, and then these MAs kind of like cross below, right? This would be an entry in here, this higher low. Okay, that's an opportunity.
You got the
We got the brush going. Yeah, we're changing tools.
Okay.
Keeping it exciting for everybody. We're changing tools.
Keeping it clean out here.
Yeah. Or it's gonna pull back down, which is fine as well, guys, because we're just gonna be patient. Then we'll hit the 61.8 right here. Right, that's more confluence, the better. Key support at our weekly, 83.3. We catch a nice entry opportunity there, okay, on an MA cross and so on. So definitely looking at longs until we break this weekly, right? So if we see a lower high below, we're looking at enter short somewhere in here, below this weekly. And then we're going to target down towards major support, 82.2, and so on. So if it does follow this, right, let's say hypothetically it smashes through this weekly, it breaks 83.3, it gives us a lower high and starts pushing lower. You can enter short, put your stop loss above 83.3 and target 82.2. Once we get down to this level, you're going to reanalyze. Because again, we're looking for the same thing that happened here, a break or a bounce. And then we'll either continue to manage this trade or, it's going to reverse. And then we'll start, looking at it from a different perspective. All right. But as of right now, we are definitely bullish. We're above support. It's, if anything, this is just a correction. Still fine. So we're going to wait and see what happens on AJ and see if we can't get a nice little long opportunity. If this does, let's just see for the sake of it, if it pulls back to 60. Way down here, all the way down here. So very, very good risk reward here on AJ. And that's just to the prior high. That's not even towards a new high, or a negative 27 pip level. So we'll be watching. We'll see what AJ does this week. And we'll be ready. Let's move on to UJ. For the next pair, overall super bullish, guys. But we are slowing down a little bit at this high, right? We are reaching a resisting trend line, part of a larger bearish channel. We are seeing a good amount of exhaustion right now and could be, what looks like a slow reversal. All right, so let's go to the 4 hour with this in mind. We know it's overall bullish, so let's see what's going on down at the 4 hour. What trade setups can we spot? All right, here we are at the high. This is a bit of all right, so we had all this volume step in, right? All huge volume, clearly super bullish. Now we start forming a pattern. It's like an ascending wedge. We're getting a lot of chop, price actions consolidating. This is a weakening area we want to see to form structures at 38.2. So it could be pulling back to here. That would still be part of the correction and still be very much bullish. We could be taking longs out of here pretty much all day. So that's where we could be headed. But as of right now, we need to kind of address what's going on here. So clearly support is 108.425. So price action, this is the significant level of support, kind of the last support for this bit of structure here, this bit of price action structure, right? So this is the last level of support essentially. So it's either going to break or bounce here. And if it does break lower, you could catch a nice lower time frame trade, 30-minute, 1 hour off a lower high into the 38.2, right? But then you would close the trade there. We'd be looking for the reversal. So this is a high risk trade or higher risk trade. But for those of you that, love taking crap load of trades, lower time frame stuff, this is an opportunity here, right? But then we'd ultimately be looking for this, some sort of reversal here. Then we're going long. Okay, so trade at your own risk if you're taking the short opportunity. But I only recommend looking at longs on UJ as of right now, just because the overall bullishness. Bullish volume could step in when it's this bullish. Could step in almost at any moment and take your short out and your stop loss on a short position out in 2 seconds. So just be cautious with that, especially when there's again that much volume. It moves very quick sometimes, and it could just skyrocket. So this is really, what we're looking at. Waiting for a break or bounce. Again, it's either gonna, just kind of reverse from this area, 108.425, start pushing higher towards a new high, or we'll start getting that we'll start seeing that correction start to develop. All right. And yeah, so that's where we're at. Again, you got to wait on UJ. That's kind of the theme right now. Just got to wait and see how price action plays out. Okay, we need to see something. So yeah, that's UJ. Let's move on to EJ, and then I'll wrap it up with gold, and then pass it off to Angelo. So daily time frame to start. Overall, super bullish, guys. I mean, this thing is so steady. It's pretty surprising. So yeah, just overall bullish. The most significant zone was this monthly that we broke a little while back here in early February, right at 126.5. That was our monthly. Now we're kind of halfway in between this new zone to our weekly, but still very much bullish, maintaining a very strong bullish channel. So let's go down to the 4-hour and see if we can't catch some pips off this channel here. So let's see what's going on. Yep, super steady. Did get a bit of a double top here, reversed, pulled back. So it's bearish on the 4 hours. You can see it blew right through this higher low here, but overall bullish in the daily and higher. So right now, it's in a great area. We're looking for a bounce off 128.85. It could kind of consolidate in this range. You can see how it did in the past, kind of bounced for a little while before it gave us a higher low and then took off. So it could do that for a little bit, which could be nice. Could give the MAs a chance to catch up. Could give us, a more steady, confirmation once we do get that transition. So yeah, that could definitely happen. So we could consolidate for a while, look for a break to the upside again, looking for entries in here on a break of this resistance, on a lower time frame retest, higher low, whatever. Just essentially looking for confirmations in this area to then target higher towards the prior high at 0%, and also the negative 27. So right here. Okay, so that's very possible. Just ride in the trend, guys, off key levels, right? Once we see confirmation. Very, very straightforward. And it's at a nice little pocket right now. So we'll see how this plays out. But in the scenario where this channel breaks, price action pushes lower through support at 128.85. We're looking for that lower high, and then we're going to target lower towards our 100%, which is 128.3, and then even lower down towards 127.4 area. Or yeah, 127.4. All right. So that's EJ. Again, bullish until this zone is broken. So look for those long opportunities. Look for those confirmations. And we'll move on to our last one, gold. I'll wrap it up here. This one's probably the cleanest freaking setup of the week. At least the ones that I've gone over, the pairs that I've gone over. But we'll drop down to the 4 hour in a second. We'll start on the daily here. Overall bearish. Been bearish or been, pushing lower since August here, early August, but really transitioned on the daily once we broke through 1800. Okay, so this was pulling back, was still bullish as it was above 1800 technically. If you look back here, this is still bullish, right? But once we broke that, clearly bearish now. Okay, so this is good. So let's go down to the 4 hour now, see what's going on. Okay, see here is a break of 1800. We pushed lower, we got a lower high, transitioned through the MAs, and then the thing just absolutely dumped. Dropped right to our monthly at 1675. Yeah, just absolutely crazy. Great movement. So for now, right? So this was the impulse move, huge drop, absolutely nuts. And now here is a correction, right? We're pulling back. So we kind of pulled back through 38.2 here. So we didn't see the reversal there, which is fine. We're pulling back to a deeper level with a little more confluence, looking towards our 61.8 level right now. So ideally, we want to follow this blue trade path. I want to see price action kind of pop up into this 200 EMA, into this resistance, into this 61.8, and then reverse, giving us an entry signal. And then I'm going to short the hell out of this back into the monthly at 1675. This could be a monster trade, guys. Really could be. So
this is gold.
yeah, this thing could freaking shit the bed.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for it to do, push up into that level.
It's so textbook, guys. And look, there's a minor level here. So I'm tracking this on the over the 1 hour as well. So if we just moved above this zone, looking to confirm a 1 hour higher low here to push up would be perfect. Then we want to spot that transition and yeah, short the shit out of this. So this could be like a 4 to 1, maybe even higher if you really You know, what are we doing here? We're going for about 780 pips. Let's call it 800. We're going to go for 800 pips. Okay. And then probably about 150 to be safe for your stop. Probably even higher. But depending on where you enter, this is roughly what the trade could look like. Well over 5-to-1. The point is the risk reward is going to be massive if this plays out in this way. So we'll keep you guys updated. We'll be, you know, posting the analysis and putting the trades out if this does execute. So yeah, very much bearish on gold. So let's do it.
One in the signal room if it does execute either here, whether we're doing longs into that level or waiting for it to come all the way into that level.
Yeah,
we'll be watching.
Should be good. Big movement though. So quick recap: I did DXY, AU, AJ, UJ, EJ, and gold. It really exaggerates it, man. Like I'm going through these with this. It really just exaggerates the shit out of this gap. Like, oh, it looks like, when I was like, it kind of distorts the screen when I'm running through it. Like, see how that's a yeah. I was like, oh shit, moving, but no, we're good.
It's a big gap.
Yeah, I mean, how this is. Yeah, 55 pip gap. That's pretty damn big. That's a pretty big gap. All right, I'm gonna pass this off to you. And,
everything gap.
Yeah, right. Everything's pretty much.
My connection is like trash, so I'm just gonna run through these. So guys, these ideas, let me see, are posted inside. You see my screen?
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good idea.
Yeah, these ideas are posted inside of the Telegram and the Discord chat. So I'm gonna run through mine. We've got over 10 of them. We've got mine here, and then we've got Nick's down here. So this is all the analysis that we're running through right now. I just kept it really simple this week. Was trying to just stick to the basics here, looking at market structure. And on USF, as you can see here, we're on the 4-hour time frame. On the weekly, if you run through the analysis, on the weekly time frame, we've got all these dojis forming. So that's all this indecision on the 4-hour time frame right now. As we can see, this 9,300 level is a serious level of resistance. We've came to this 1, 2, 3, 4 times now, and we're rejecting it at the moment. To open or to end last week, we have this evening star candle right there. I believe this covers. Yeah, so we have sellers stepping in. We're at the top here. So I'm looking for a potential move on this one down more, down towards this monthly level. If it does end up respecting this, I won't take any longs until this cleanly breaks above this 9,300 level. So when I would actually try to be taking trades on this, ideally we wait for this to break. This is the 4 hours. So this is like a level of support. On the lower time frame, this is bullish. So this is going up on the 30-minute, on the 1 hour. This is in a bullish trend. We've got to wait for some sort of break on the lower time frame. That way we can put stops, because I'm trying to get in at this area, at this high. If we can get in up here, we're obviously in the best possible position if it does move all the way down here. So let's see. So yeah, this one, USF, looking for the push down, will not take longs unless it breaks above here. During the week, you can hit this play button right here if you guys wanted to see how this is playing out. Obviously, it opened up, gapped up, and now we're hovering back at the resistance. So this is going to be an interesting kind of position early in the week. Again, keeping it real simple with Euro USD. On this monthly time frame, we've got this serious level of support. I mark it down with this weekly right here. So this is at 1.185 level right here. So it's also like just a nice like whole round number here. So weekly time frame, we've got this support right here. As you can see on the 4 hour, we're bearish. So just keeping it simple. This low, this lower high, this low. Now we're starting to consolidate. We already hit this high twice, so I just marked this off. Now we're all the way down here. So if you're trying to trade this kind of intraday, like on the 30-minute, the 15-minute, the 1 hour, this is the time to take shorts. It's coming up to a support level, but it certainly could break this. So now would be the time to look for shorts on GU, or not on GU, on EU right now. Fucking watch list. So get on the lower time frame. I'm gonna be posting a signal if it does execute on this one in particular in the obviously the premium group. So look out for that. And we've got GU on this monthly, just like USEF. We're coming to this like main resistance level up here, this 1.40500 area. We already started to trend downward. So this is the 4 hour right here, obviously making lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So ideally we get in back up here, you know, obviously this transition, now we're just falling out, this long ass wick. But we got to get down to the lower time frame. So if you go down to like the 30 minutes or 1 hour, you could see potential opportunities here. How you would trade that is the same way in this area. Enter on the lower high. So if you're on the 30-minute, whatever, enter on some sort of pullback. Don't just short now. If you were to short now, you'd have to put your stops all the way up here. You know, we're not trying to do 150 pip stops. So
Deep.
we're going to wait on this one, try to get in on, you know, a smaller move in here. Just realize that the bigger move is this right here. So the lower time frame might even pull back up, you know, but we'll wait and see. Ideally, it does pull back up, at least tested this level, 13900. At least test there. That'd be nice. Let's go to Nvd Usd next. So this one's interesting because it opened up and just gapped down. So on the weekly time frame, we're testing this support down here on NU. We just broke out last week with all the news. We just broke out of this kind of downtrend, and now we're retesting this level as support right here. So I'm looking for this thing to potentially reverse off of this level and start to push higher. So that's kind of the idea right now. If this starts to reject this right now on the retest, then we're going to look to short. I was putting like push down here, then pull back. But if this just starts to fall over right here, this could be a nice area to start to short from. So we'll see about that one. Let's look at USD Cad. So on the weekly time frame, we're in a downtrend. Every time frame we're in a downtrend right now. So we're just trying to continue the trend. It looks very, very clean right here. If I were to even add this little trend line, that's another confirmation. So right now it's at the resistance level. It's already starting to wick. So I'm looking for it to push from this level. If it does push higher, this is going to be another level to test its previous support level right here, turn into resistance. So UCAD, just trying to continue the trend. Keep it simple, guys. Keep it real simple this week. Not trying to overcomplicate things. Just ride the trend. If you use this analysis the whole week, you could trade relatively well. Just play the higher time frame trend. You know, it can be used the entire week, and that's why at the end we always go back and I play them forward and do the video, so you can see how obviously structure is forming. I did gold as well for this week. I did gold and GJ. So I'm just going to add my idea on, just like Nick, mainly looking to come up to this resistance level at this like 1770, 1775 area. That's like a weekly resistance. It's more of a key level to reverse off of. Right now, we're just in an uptrend. So we just broke, now we pushed higher again. Right here, you know, obviously we're trending. Let's play this forward and see. Obviously, we're trending up a bit. We're starting to pull back. Now would be the time to take buy, realistically, on this. It's on the pullback right now. It's coming to support on the 4 hour. So I'm going to take a look at this when we actually hop off, because this could potentially be a very simple buy opportunity. So that's my idea on gold, very similar to Nick. And then we've got GJ. So GJ is lining up. This is like exactly where you're trying to take the trade. It's coming to support level. It's either going to be a big move up, 250 pip move up, or it's going to break this trend line, break support, and start to reverse, you know, potentially start to fall out. So we already have the wick here showing signs of rejection. So I am looking for this thing to reverse. We'll see how it opens up. It already opened up mad lower, so it's got to come up all the way now up to this level. So this is going to be the level again to look at. already gapped down. This level we'll look at if it rejects here, just short it. It ends up holding above here. So these gaps freaking suck. So yeah, that's everything that I went over. All the major pairs, 2 extra pairs, same kind of analysis as Nick. This week I'm trying to just keep it simple, not trying to do nothing too crazy. Followed too many pairs this week, but yeah, in the signal room we'll get some trades out there, some other exotic pairs. Someone asked last time, like, why don't we cover like literally every single pair on this call? Because we'd be on here fucking forever.
Yeah.
Be on here for 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
And probably not even make a dent. There's so many assets you could trade, guys. I mean, I could literally be on a 24-hour stream just going through new charts all day long. You know, it's potentially infinite.
Yeah.
How many assets?
Yeah, I think
so.
We cover enough. If you guys got questions, just hit us mainly in the Discord or on Telegram. That's where you can find us the most. There's no discounts or anything going on right now, but if you're interested in any of the products, these are what they are: the signals, the lifetime membership, the trade copier. I did share updates yesterday about the signals, so go back and check those out. And yeah, guys, I mean, you know, run through all the analysis, ready for new week this week, and kind of just back at it, right?
Another week, guys. That's it. We're prepared. We're ready. We're ready to get it. You know,
may the best man win.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You got to close out March.
Yeah, we'll see. We're doing a challenge account right now in the Telegram where everyone submitted like an FX book, and some dude made like 450%.
No.
On the challenge with like minimal drawdown.
Oh my God.
He had like a $70,000 win on US30.
That's hilarious. Oh
yeah, so that's freaking wild. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see which direction this week trends, guys. But a lot of setups are obviously out there. So yeah, this is recorded. It'll be posted on YouTube afterwards, and our next live call will be Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. See you guys soon.
Peace out. Have a good night.